Alright, nephews. Welcome to Scroll 69. Yeah, I ought to call this one the Freaky Scroll. Before I get into anything, make sure you follow the pod wherever you're listening and leave a rating. That helps this thing grow. Ratings is oxygen. Oxygen keeps Unc alive. You don't want me suffocating, do you? Now, let's start where we're supposed to start. 69. I ain't even gonna front with you. 69 is actually a solid position. I remember one time I was mounted in 69, and I was in heaven. I'm talking about ass so fat I could have lived there. Rent-free. Signed the lease. Forwarded my mail. In that moment, I was exactly where I wanted to be in life. And it's crazy that I'm saying this at work right now. I'm literally standing here in uniform talking about getting smothered by thighs. If somebody walked in right now, I'd look like the horniest nigga in Tennessee. But that's the thing about being alive, bro. You can be at work thinking about sex. You can be in heaven one week and folding towels the next. Life is dual like that. And speaking of duality, I'm sitting here watching ESPN. And you know what's crazy? We think those TV jobs are easy. We see guys like Stephen A. Smith and Pat McAfee on screen and think, man, they just talk. Nah, them niggas gotta live sports. Imagine being so good at your job that you cannot afford to be tired of your passion. What if Stephen A. is tired of basketball? Too bad. He gotta show up at 9 a.m. sharp with takes, with energy, with fire. They can't just go home and turn it off. They go home and watch more sports, study more box scores, digest more narratives. That's discipline. That's pressure. And it made me think about my own life. What happens when your thing becomes your responsibility? Because next week, I'm going to Mississippi. Family gathering time, and it's bittersweet. My cousin Desmond, that was my guy. Scroll 25, I talked about him heavy. That was my age twin in that environment. Power Rangers in the living room, dirt on our knees, running around like life was endless. He won't be there this time. Domestic situation. Life happened. And you don't realize how much a person anchors your experience somewhere until they're gone. But it'll still be beautiful. Nephews running around, food everywhere. Four-wheelers kicking up dirt. We got land out there. Real land, dirt roads, trees, air that don't smell like car exhaust. And yeah, Mississippi is the fattest state in the US. But guess what? I'm happy there. There's something about being where time moves slower. And speaking of Mississippi, I'll never forget the time I almost killed my auntie. We was on a four-wheeler together, dirt road, probably going 30. Truck coming the opposite direction. I didn't understand front brakes versus back brakes. Hit the wrong one too light. He turned slow as hell. We flipped. Embarrassing as fuck. I see this lady once a year, and I damn near sent her to glory the first hour I'm there. But when we went down, I pinned my elbow back so she wouldn't hit the ground. I took the brunt of it, scraped up, bleeding a little. And I realized something that day. If you're leading, you take the impact. If you're in front, you're the shield. That's masculinity. That's responsibility. That's love in motion. And right now, I'm trying to be that in my own life. Which is why I'm off Instagram. Off TikTok. Deep-fried logic gives my brain insane dopamine. I wake up to likes, comments, new followers, validation. That flood makes your brain think you're doing something monumental. So I'm detoxing. This morning I said, I'm not leaving this apartment until I do 100 pull-ups, dips, and abs. White couple came into the gym, probably staring like, is he okay? I'm one of like 5 black people in this building anyway. Half scoop of pre-workout, sweating, grinding, because I'm in my prime. And that scares me. I think one of my biggest fears is wasting my prime. Right now, my muscles pop, my skin tight, my libido strong, my energy high. Arnold Schwarzenegger don't look like 25-year-old Arnold no more. Ronnie Coleman don't look like Mr. Olympia no more. All them bodybuilders eventually turn into jars of mayonnaise. That's the tragedy of time. Youth cannot be reproduced. A 95-year-old man would steal your age if he could, not trade. Steal. Let you evaporate if it meant he could wake up 23 again. That's how sacred youth is. And I think about being 90, wife gone, friends gone. You ain't getting no more pussy. You will never 69 again. You know how mad I'd be if I was 90 and realized that chapter was closed forever? My dad used to say if my mom passed before him, he'd chuck the deuces and hold his breath until he died. Funny, I get it now. Because when you lose your partner at that age, what's left? Prostitution. The Lord wouldn't like that. Old people need to be in good graces with the Lord, because they're likely gonna see him soon. They still need love. They need someone to still care. Because society discards you quick. You either die a hero, or live long enough to become the villain. And that ties into something else. Me and my roommate got into it the other day. Celebrity accused of some sexual assault shit. He was like, yeah, I don't fuck with him anymore. And I'm like, hold on, allegation ain't conviction. Innocent until proven guilty used to mean something. But in 2026, one tweet and your life over. Call a nigga a pedophile, and that's social death. That's why that whole Drake and Kendrick situation was crazy. Once Kendrick called Drake that on wax, there ain't no "we cool now." You can't walk that back. Narrative control is power, and culture loves turning on people, which is why I just focus on my lane. Rice, broccoli, rotisserie chicken is what I packed for lunch today. I've been living off like $100 this week, and I'm not even stressed about it. Because a few scrolls ago, I told y'all something important. Every 2 weeks, I give myself $400 in play money. That's it. Not rent money, not emergency money, not savings. Play money. Money I can spend without guilt. Money I can spend on groceries, drinks, haircuts, car washes, random experiences, whatever. And here's the twist. I haven't even been touching it like that. I've been letting it stack. And watching that play money stack, that feels good. Not because it's a crazy amount, but because it represents control, discipline, delayed gratification. See, real freedom isn't buying everything you want. It's knowing you could, and choosing not to. That's power. When you walk past something and think, yeah, I could grab that, but you don't need to. That's wealth. It's subtle. It's quiet. It's not Instagram flashy. But it changes your mood. It changes how you move. Because now when something actually matters, you don't panic. You don't swipe and pray. You just handle it. Play money is freedom. Not billionaire fantasies. Not Lambos. Just the ability to say, I want this, and buy it calmly. Or not buy it, and still feel rich. That's grown. That's peace. That's the type of wealth I'm building. Tomorrow I'm going to my buddy's house to watch Elimination Chamber. He is engaged and expecting, and he invited some other engaged couple that's expecting. I'm 25, and I feel like I'm around 45-year-old 25-year-olds. But I need it. I need to be around people. Last year at Elimination Chamber, when John Cena turned heel, that was electric. That was youth in motion, and youth is sacred, which is why I'm milking mine. Sex, gym, trips, thoughts, Mississippi dirt, ESPN reflections. Bored at work, but alive in my head. This scroll ain't chaotic. It's freaky. But it's calm. It's reflective. It's me sitting in a quiet moment, realizing I'm young, I'm horny, I'm thoughtful, I'm scared of aging, I'm detoxing dopamine, I'm trying to be a shield, I'm trying to be fair, I'm trying to save money, I'm trying not to waste this window of life. Because once it closes, it don't reopen. So yeah, this is scroll 69, freaky, philosophical, calm, reflective, and very aware that time is ticking. Do the right thing. Be a real nigga. Keep God first, and don't stop. Because once you stop, your dreams stop. Have a good day or night, nephew. Unc loves you.